And welcome to my knife channel. Well, this is kind of like a video response once again to Jersey, my buddy Jersey Knife Guy. He's got a Colonial TL29. I think I've done a video on this before, but they call him an electrician knife, and the 29 stands for the year it was like issued to the military, 1929, like back in World War One, you know. But anyways, that's not when World War One happened, but that's when they started getting it. Now, the thing is, I've got Levine's Guide to Knives, and it's really hard to find it. I can't find the one that has on the history of the TL29. But I can tell you that what I used is the demo knife. Let me go get that. Meanwhile, 3 days later, no, it's not 3 days, but it took me a long time to find this. Anyways, yeah, in toolboxes we carry around aircraft, you'd have what they call the chit system. You'd have a key ring, a loop, like spring loaded and everything, and you had a bunch of numbers that were assigned to you. And when you took a tool out to go work on an aircraft, you would put a chit in there, so that when you come back, if you didn't put the tools in the cutout, the foam cutout in there, you would know, I left a tool somewhere in the aircraft. And that could be very important, you know, like underneath a rudder panel or something, you know, here's this, preventing it from going any further. So, yeah, we use these for our stuff, and it's just basically, you know, kind of a drop point, spear point main blade, kind of like a camp knife. An awl, you know, can opener, and the screwdriver cap lifter. Mainly use that, the screwdriver, a lot of times, because here you got this tool that'll do a little bit of everything. But you can strip wires just with this. This one is designed for, a TL29 is designed for working with wire and stuff like that. So Marples makes one also where they just have, I think, this blade right here. Now this one is an old Camillus, and this one was also given to me. I keep leaving it out, but I keep forgetting about it, by Mike. And it's a really great old knife. I kept the original patina on it, and I may have put a little bit of an edge on that because you want it a little bit dull. Actually, for stripping wires, this thing's the best thing. I'll leave a link to that video. But that's the best thing for stripping wires. But you hit the screwdriver tip is good for pulling out, like if you're working on construction stuff, an electrical socket. You pull the faceplate out and everything. And then this right here is a little thumb rest that you can use when you're pushing down. You can use this to pull the wires apart. You can do it by hand, but a lot of times it'll dig into one side and everything. This helps guide it down, so you go down the middle of the plastic while you're pulling like that. But yeah, strategic is grabbing lightning bolts and stuff out. Yeah, that's no longer in service. They don't even have a strategic area, and now they got a space force. I always wanted to be a space cadet. Anyway, yeah, you are a space cadet. Yeah, this part's locking, and the blade isn't, you know, so I mean, it's kind of strange, but yeah, that's the way they work. Got a little bail on it and everything. I think a Tobias Gibson gives you a lot more history. Like I said, this thing's not indexed properly, man. I put little tabs on it when I'm trying to figure out stuff, but I mean, you look at multi-blade knives and you think, all right, yeah, that's all multi-blade knives. Then you go over here and it goes, military multi-blade knives. And I'm like, why didn't you say so? I didn't even reference, say, hey, if you want to see more, you know, at the end, if you want to see more about military knives, go to chapter blah, 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 or page blah, blah, blah. But no. Yeah, anyway, I went looking through that and I can't find it, but it's got a history in there of the TL29. I also Googled it, And I'll put that in the description and stuff, I guess. But yeah, this one is pretty cool. It's a Rough Riders one. It's got your, you don't need that, you know, like coal miner. Okay, cool, you know, since it doesn't say anywhere on there, okay, I guess. Tell them it's a coal miner. But this is what I like about it, is the scale on the back. That's pretty cool. And of course, it doesn't lock on the main blade either. It's got a nice half stop on it. Let it fall. And then it's got that wire stripper arrangement, but this one came from the factory sharp like this. So if you know what you're doing, you can cut into plastic. But if you don't know what you're doing and you've got a really sharp knife, like if you use the main blade, you're going to cut into the wire and you're going to cut into the strands. What that does is it lowers the conductivity of that wire just by cutting one strand off. And if you cut more than one, you're like, I'll just move those out of the way. You're going to create heat there, because more power is like a garden hose. The electrons are trying to come in there, and they got to, instead of this big wide path, it's tapered down, and now they got to go here, and doing so causes heat. So if you get carried away with it enough, it could cause a fire. You know, it's basically improper how to do that. But anyways, this one locks up like that also on the main blade. And you can use that, like I said, the marbles one. I guess this is for when you want to try to use it as a screwdriver and you're getting up close. You know, the finger cutouts. Because it's not sharpened in that part of it. And it's unusual, you know, to have a little... This makes a good bicycle tool to carry around too, because you got just about everything. You don't have a lot of electrical stuff you got to mess around with. Unless you got an electric bike. But, yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's my quick response as to what the TL29 looks like. And I don't even know where it ran off to. It's hiding over there. Yeah, this one's been in use for a while. It's got a pretty good patina on it and everything. I'll see if I can zoom in on the Tang Stamp there, Camillus. Yeah, but look at that old patina. Now, some of that is sharpening, and I think I did some of that sharpening when I got it. But yeah, it's usually like a Durlin handle and stuff. And the one that Jersey knife guy, one that Pete got, his handles are dark like that, but you can see that it looked like it was turquoise. I mean, not turquoise, tortoiseshell at one time, imitation tortoiseshell, and it would have been a lighter color. And his is browned over age, and that can happen with one that's 1972 and been sitting out in the sun. And any time, you know, in a store display or just out in a well-lit room, yeah, it's going to age. That's pretty cool. I think this one was always dark. This one was designed to be dark, you know, but I'm going to get this thing zoomed back. But yeah, you can use any knife, you know, if you know what you're doing. You just cut down just a little way. You don't cut all the way through the insulation. You just cut down a little way. Just make a circular cut around the stuff, and then you pull on it, and it'll pull. It won't be super great looking, but you ain't cutting into, or you aren't cutting into the wires when you do that. Anyway, there you go. That's just a little quickie here, and like I said, this one here is my most valuable knife in my collection. Value is a lot of different things for different people, you know, like, oh, I only paid $7 for this, and I got this one for free. So I guess you could say that's part of the value, but it's from my father when he came back from Vietnam in 1964. It's got it on its stamp there, and yeah, this is my most valuable knife because it's irreplaceable. Yeah, I could get another one, you know, eventually, maybe find one on eBay that was made in 1964, but it was somebody else's. You know, it wasn't my father's, so that's all I got left of him, or one of the few things I got left in mother memory. So anyway, I hope everyone's having a great time, and there's my little rambling on video response about TL29s. If you haven't checked it out, go check out Pete. He's put up a video on one he got that came with the original packaging and everything, which is pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, I told him in that in a response on that one, I said, yeah, just think about it, man. You were born in 1972, and this knife has been in the package since 1972. It hasn't come out of its like plastic womb since you were born. It's just been waiting for you to find it and open up and get it on Christmas Day. I mean, that's something special, I would say. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a great day.